it's always interesting when you show up at one of our events. I mean,
Yes,
you're with your personality, with what you're working on, but this time you're actually experiencing Linaro Connect through Google Glass. Can you tell me a little bit about what that's like?
Yeah, I can, Amber. Yeah. So I was one of these people that was privileged to join the Google Glass Explorer program, and the way I did that was I entered the sort of competition they had, and I said if I had glass, I would be more sexy, have more friends, and always get the girl. That was my entry there. And clearly the guys at Google I know decided that that was hilarious and that clearly I should have a glass. So I've had one for the last couple of weeks and it's been awesome. It's really fun experiencing an event like Connect with glass because you're wandering around and everyone's like, oh man, he's got Google Glass, I want to try it. And I'm like, guys, it's a Texas Instruments Panda board strapped to my head. 2-year-old hardware, come on, let's not get too excited about it. But it is very interesting because it's a new form factor. It's having a heads-up display. It's having all this cool stuff, and I can record a video of you while you record a video of me. But I can take instant pictures. I can share them. I can monitor what's happening around here from different feeds, just coming up on my display. Like someone tweets something, and oh, there it is on my screen. So it's interesting. It's certainly to me not where the future is exactly going to be, but it for me shows where the future is heading. Where in 5 years' time, I think it'll be a given that in your glasses that you're wearing right now, in fact, you'll have a heads-up display, and it will just be a given that you'll have that there. So it's kind of fun, and it's Android powered. It's powered by all the good stuff we're building here. It's a ARM-based processor. So what could be better than having an ARM-based processor strapped to your head? Do you want the microphone?
I do. I'm taking it back from you.
I know. Hang on a second. I really, 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 really like the microphone. I really do. And I really like being in the middle of the center of the action. This is awesome. All right, you can have it back now.
Speaking of center of, being the center of things and what you're working on, and what that future is going to be,
yeah.
You are the Red Hat representative to the LEG group. And what are you looking forward to and what is coming out of this Connect in regards to what you all are doing?
Okay, all right. Yeah, it's a good question. So actually there's one of the cool things I enjoy. As you know, I'm very sort of right? It's kind of fun. So I've been yelling within Red Hat for the last few years that we have to do more ARM stuff, and they listen to me, which is scary because I wouldn't listen to me, and saying that we should do ARM stuff. So great. So we joined Linaro. And we got into LEG, and I helped form LEG and so on. But for me, it's interesting because I'm not only representing Red Hat in LEG, I'm also representing all the LEG members in the core Linaro TSC. And in fact, I'll be going to Shanghai in another week or so from now to go do that as well. So there's a lot of different pieces to the involvement here. And for me, it's just all ARM all the time. And also all Red Hat all the time, so it's kind of an interesting mixture. Being a Red Hat guy here is phenomenal, and it's very cool to see that we've got more Red Hat people here this year. We had Leslie Hawthorne giving a keynote this morning, which is excellent. We have colleagues of mine like Don Dutal, who's not traditionally in the ARM team, but he's part of a broader Red Hat team that's started to get people coming here. We've got virtualization people connecting remotely. We've got ongoing every day we're having this email sync with the mothership, reviewing okay, well, not everyone can come to Connect because there are limited travel budgets in any company, but people are going through and saying which session should we dial into, and John, which one should we be there, and people are watching these sessions remotely as well. So it's really fun seeing Red Hat that traditionally wasn't as involved in the ARM ecosystem really getting involved now. It's great. It's really good. You can have it.
It is good. I went to a FUDCon a couple years ago, and there was just a BOF session on Fedora on ARM, and it was just kind of whispered in the background. And now to see that you're here, and you're right, to see Leslie open a keynote and see more participation from that front is really exciting, and other distributions are representative. Is there anything that maybe you're looking forward to this week that we haven't touched base on? Any of the demos or any of the 64-bit porting stuff that Mad Dog's going to be involved with? Anything else that you're looking forward to that you haven't touched base on yet?
Yeah. I always like to keep a few surprises up my sleeve, up my arm, right? So I'm going to be doing a demo on Friday of Fedora running on 64-bit ARM hardware. People know that, I did the world's first public demo recently of a general purpose operating system running on 64-bit hardware. It's kind of fun because, nobody has any 64-bit hardware anywhere, right? And then I turn up with, 2 servers running GlusterFS and running a LAMP stack and streaming videos, and the guys are like, John, you always do that, don't you? I'm like, yeah, you never go big or go home, right? So that's kind of fun. So we'll be doing some of that on Friday, walking people through what we have in Fedora. We've got about 80% of Fedora built and running, and you can boot it up, and it all just works, and it's wonderful to see. And there'll be much more of that kind of stuff happening in the Linaro as we start to get hardware, which is just epic. On a broader note, actually, on the Red Hat side of things, the Fedora side of things, they've just proposed yesterday that ARM become a primary architecture. So we have, that other architecture is currently the primary one, and we're just trying to drive through, and I think it's kind of fun that, this week while we're at Connect, there's also an ongoing dialogue about making ARM on par with the other architecture that's currently the primary one in Fedora.
It's all exciting, and you always bring a whole different dynamic to any of the events that you attend. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you for sharing your perspective with Google Glass, and thank you for taking time to speak with me.
I want to say one more thing. Squirrel!
Crazy man. Thanks, John.